Hey y'all, we decided that it was important that we document this day. We are on day 2 of this whole moving to Okinawa journey, and you can see the green stickers behind us. Yesterday was packing day. It was a very successful day. And what you see in front of us right now are two people that have come down from our frustrations. We have showered, we are relaxed, but today was a challenging one. We want to document it. Tell me about today.
So, just so you guys know, if you're moving overseas, it's going to come in different parts. You have to do your packing for your household goods, which is like the bulk, like your furniture, the big items, right?
Right.
And typically that could be 1 to 2 days. They pushed it and they were able to get us packed in 1 day,
Mm-hmm.
and that was on June 5th. Now, the next part of that phase is also going to be dealing with the household goods. You have to get those loaded so that they can be shipped over to you. And what I'm understanding is getting that shipment could take up to what, 2 months or
Yeah,
so.
for sure.
So we decided let's suffer on the front end and leave our apartment early because we're doing some travel, we're doing some visiting of family, all of that. So we were like, let's let our furniture get ahead of us so that we don't have to wait on it so long. Well, we were originally scheduled for June 9th, and no fault to the company that is supposed to move
That's right.
us, but we live in an apartment,
Yep,
and the elevator and loading dock that can be used by the tenants is completely booked on that day.
that's right.
It's completely booked on the 10th.
Yep.
The 11th is available. It's completely booked on the 12th. The 13th has 2 hours available.
Which we're supposed to be out of the apartment by
The
the
13th.
13th.
And we had put cushion days in there. So you guys might be saying, wow, y'all had such a tight schedule.
Why did you wait to the last
Well,
minute? That's what
well,
you're probably thinking.
honestly, the ninth, knowing that we would be loaded on the ninth, we gave 4 extra days. Like,
Right.
we were like, well, if something should happen and they need to load us for 2 days or this or that. And we've lived in an apartment before, haven't had this issue, but this apartment complex is very busy, and they have some rules that I don't really like about certain things, and how this is going about. Because honestly, in our loading dock to get today, it was reserved by someone with a car moving boxes that were like the size of medium Amazon boxes, not even Amazon boxes that you can carry 3 or 4 at a time. Yeah. So that was kind of frustrating because the tenants get to book, and I think loading docks should be used for bulkier items. I understand if you have a truck and you're moving a mattress, or you're moving your dresser, or you're moving something furniture wise, but yeah,
So if you
like,
live in a big city in an
yeah,
apartment, don't just try to schedule your TMO well in advance. Make sure that you wait. Don't wait for the TMO people to call you to confirm the date.
yeah,
If you've given them the dates that you want to get picked up, go ahead and book the garage or
yes,
the loading dock.
loading
Go ahead
docks,
and book the elevator
yeah,
because unfortunately for us, we're in the peak of moving season. People are moving in, people are moving out. And so while we had it all planned out perfectly as we thought we did, we had our household goods scheduled for packing, which took place. We've got our unaccompanied bag
well, I haven't
scheduled.
gotten to that part.
We've got all
Yeah.
these things that are lining up and ready for us to go. But the key piece is make sure you go ahead and book and reserve your elevator and your loading dock too.
All right. So now that we're over that, basically, we thought we had nailed down for them to come on the 11th, which is more available for our apartment complex. And we get a message at approximately 1:40 today on a Friday, June, what is today? 6.
Mm-hmm.
June 6th. We no longer can do the 9th, and we're trying to make sure we get out of here by the 13th. And they had told us, okay, let's aim for this 11th date somewhere in the mix, because you're dealing with talking to the person who is communicating to the movers and vice versa. So you're dealing with middlemen, and they're probably dealing with multiple middlemen trying to set up stuff. So we get a note and says, "Hey, June 11th is not available, and this date they can't do, and this date they can't do. The first available is June 16th. We're supposed to be in Hawaii in June on June 16th. We're
So,
supposed to be out the house on June 13th.
yes, sir. So where are we at right now? We are reducing one day of our Hawaii time to try to accommodate the move, which is again a first world problem. Not complaining, just
Oh
voicing some
yeah,
frustrations. We're supposed to be in Hawaii on the 16th, and then we're not going to get to Hawaii till the 17th, all because of a loaded
elevator.
elevator and loading dock reservation. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, the other part to your move, so you got to pack your bigger items, your bulky items, furniture. You got to get those loaded, and you got to be prompt if you live in apartments to just go ahead. If you have to book those elevators, if you live in the city, get everything. Don't just think about the military side of the
Hmm.
house. Go ahead and actively, like, ahead of time. And you might say, why did we wait? This is a new procedure for us with these loading docks, because it wasn't like this when we moved in, and so it's different. We didn't even realize it was a system now where you could let the tenants book themselves versus going to the office to get it booked. So anyway, so your packing, your loading of your household, and then the other thing that you do is you have unaccompanied baggage. And this is baggage that's going to go on an airplane and is going to get to you quicker than those bulky items. So, for instance, I've packed like a set of dishware, mugs,
Air
an air
fryer,
fryer,
Keurig.
Keurig. We have towels where we're actually mailing our linen to a sponsor. We're going to be mailing like our comforter or sheets, towels, pillows on over there.
Hmm.
Because, and you might say, well, why don't you put that in unaccompanied? Because we're still sleeping on those, because we've reduced down to like one set of that. Um, but unaccompanied is basically ironing board, things like that. Those are things that we know when we get over there, we will probably need them to survive, to stop us from having to eat out so
Hmm.
much,
Hmm.
things like that. And they are actually coming on the 11th to pack us. They cannot come at the same time as your household goods. The big items are being packed. I hope all of this makes sense, guys.
She's
So,
tired.
so they're gonna pack all of this stuff, and that stuff is gonna go by plane, and it should get to you. I think they had said 30 days,
Hmm.
30 to 45, and we get to Japan like mid-July,
Hmm.
and so we had planned this perfectly to be like our household goods get a month ahead of us, so we don't have to wait as long, and our express shipment should meet us there.
Yeah.
And the express shipment is still right now. Everything's a go with that. We're just praying that there's some miracle out there
If,
that, yeah,
if
that
you
changes having to do the 16th.
and just for me, I'll just tidbits of advice. If you're going overseas, just make sure you try to plan it out, map it out as best you can. There's so many moving pieces and so many facets for us. Not only, are we moving overseas and we've got the household goods packing, household goods pickup, you got the unaccompanied pickup. We also had stuff in storage in the meantime, but in between time, we're going TDY, as she already mentioned. So you have to think about what are you going to take TDY. We're taking some leave right after the TDY. What are you going to wear while you're on leave? What stuff's going to get there in advance of you? So it's a lot of moving parts. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. All I will say is be strategic, think it out. For me, for example, I am taking some of my more important uniforms with me in my possession so that they don't get misplaced or lost. Some of the other uniforms items, they're going in unaccompanied baggage, and hopefully they'll be there when I get there.
Yeah, and this is honestly, we're sounding like this. We're running off of. I was like, we're not the ones who did the packing, but yet we were tired. Um, but we're running off of packing day and the stressful day of trying to take stuff to Goodwill, stuff that we didn't sell, trying to set up or coordinate for him to take something to a friend's house, just different things like that, trying to reorganize this whole loading situation. And that just was draining, very, very draining. So, but we want to say this: the plan is great. It has been awesome. It was that one little hiccup, and it's like the domino effect, right? But right now, we are holding firm to getting everything sorted so that the 16th is a go. It just pushes us back some time, but God knows what He's doing. So,
We are here.
yeah.
Japan, here we come. And we'll see
Yeah.
you when we get back, when the stuff is successfully picked up and they come and get our household goods. And we're just like, yeah. And we're in Hawaii somewhere. And that is it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
We're surviving.